Hello and welcome to the High School Football Alliance here on the channel. Welcome back, everybody. This is our week one, game one of a pretty big series that we've been working on behind the scenes. Me and my partner here in the booth, Liam Hammer, who's going to be doing color commentary here today. What's going on, Liam?
Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's nice to have football back, finally, going here. I'm so excited to see how this game goes.
And we got the International Comets taking on the Northeast Jays in our first ever matchup of this series. For the Comets, we got Caspian Caldwell. His top target is Lewis Simmons. The rest of this team is basically on defense. They do have Benji Bailey at halfback, but they might struggle a little bit getting the ball moving down the field against this Jays defense.
Yeah, you know, this Jays defense it's a pretty solid defense. It's not to the caliber of the Comets. They have a couple good names on this defense. One guy to look out for is Frederick Falconer, the cornerback. For them, he landed just outside the top 50 prospects, but not someone you should underestimate at all.
Yeah, this Jays team is going to be fun to watch. Ian Harlan, one of my favorite players so far in all the preseason games that we saw behind the scenes. I'm really looking forward to seeing what him and this offense can do with Zayden Van at halfback. And here we are underway, back to return it for the Jays. Oh my goodness, all the way up to the 29-yard line. I did not see the number on that man.
That was Brian Walters,
that was Walters,
slot receiver for the Jays. You know, this team for the Jays, you got Ian Harlan at quarterback, obviously, Zayden Van at running back, but this team lives and breathes through Harlan. It's all comes down to how he plays in this game. It's going to decide it.
Yeah, he's sort of a gambler. Reminds me of Brett Favre back in the day. Just needs a little bit of help on the offensive side of the ball. Here he drops back to throw it and goes to the slot, and they're going to pick up 5 yards on the first play of the game.
I think that was Walters right there, and that's something that you want to take advantage of if you're the Jays, is those underneath routes. The Comets have 2 top 50 or 2 top 75 prospects at cornerbacks, Terrell Breckenridge and Dan Simmons, so you're not going to be able to get a lot of effort going deep on the outsides.
Absolutely. Jays in the I formation going to run the football, pick up 3 yards with Zayden Van, number 32.
Yeah, Zayden Van, he's a very strong running back behind him. He's a big guy too. He's a hard guy to bring down. Just wears on defenders the longer into the game you get.
Absolutely, definitely a workhorse running back for Northeast. Single back set for the Jays. Harlan looking to throw it, and that's a backward pass to the halfback, and they are going to get no gain on the play. So the Comets defense, just full of stars. They hold strong on the first drive of the season.
I think that's just a little bit of a evidence of his immaturity there. I mean, on third down, he had to get the first down, and a backwards pass with 3 guys in the flat on defense wasn't going to do it. So it's somewhere in the future I would like to see him take off with his legs a little bit. In theory, checking it down isn't always bad, but in that situation, he may have had a better option.
Absolutely. Quentin Morabito back to return it for the Comets. Tries to spin it upfield, gets it to the 37-yard line. And we're going to see Caspian Caldwell, the 30th ranked prospect, and this offense take the field. And he is followed behind by Benji Bailey, the 39th rated prospect in the nation.
Yeah, this offense isn't anything to sneeze at itself. I mean, Caspian Caldwell, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the prospect pool coming up. Obviously, ranked 30th out of all the players. But I think for this team, Benji Bailey is their secret weapon. He's very dynamic out of the backfield. I think a little bit underrated, but he's a really, really talented running back, and it's going to be interesting to see how his career goes.
Absolutely. And with not a lot of weapons on the offense for the Comets, they got to get him the football as much as possible as they get this out to the fullback, I believe. And that'll pick up 3 yards, making a 2nd down and 7. And that was the fullback. That was Marquise Batone, number 41.
This team, you got Caspian Caldwell at quarterback, Benji Bailey running back. The receiver that you're going to hear the most is look out for number 80, Lewis Simmons, the brother of Dan Simmons on the defense. He's their number one target on offensive, the receivers.
Yep, Caldwell under center, 2nd down and 7, dropping back to throw a deep shot. Bottom of the screen, nice deflection. And I believe that was Corey Mathis, maybe? Or was that 22?
I think that was
number 23. Yep. The nickel cornerback, Corey Mathis, with a deflection. Nice play.
The Jays brought the all-out blitz there in that play and left their cornerback one-on-one, and he did a great job batting that one away.
Yep, brings up 3rd down and 7. Caldwell under center, 4 receivers with Bailey in the backfield by himself. 2-step drop. Caldwell gets the 1st down. Nice slant route over the middle, and I believe that was Lewis Simmons, number 80, and it is. He moves the chains up to the 32-yard line for the Comets.
That was working on Frederick Falconer, the cornerback there. It's going to be a battle we're going to see all day between him and Simmons. Simmons is really a great receiver on 3rd downs for the preseason, from practice. He really shows up when it counts.
Absolutely. Split back set here for the Comets. Caldwell over the middle. There's a flag. That might be pass interference, but a nice deflection. And let's see, that was it pass interference? Let's see what the ref's doing here. And it was, in fact, pass interference against the defense, number 96. That was Gerald McGlockton, the defensive tackle, dropping back into coverage.
Not his ideal spot for him, obviously, but he got called on a little bit of coverage, and then he had the penalty. He's not really their starter. He's more their backup. Chad Davis, Ryder Bancroft tend to be their star nose tackles, but he does get a little playing time, and that's not how you get more playing time, though.
Definitely not. You don't want to come in for one play and have a penalty. Caldwell dropping back to throw, and there's a deep corner route, and that is incomplete. And that was number 21 on the coverage, and that was Al Gibson, the strong safety for the Jays.
Yeah, Al Gibson right there. I think that was a little bit of a risky throw from Caldwell. He lost the safety, and Al had his eyes on the ball the entire time, and I think if he broke on that a little bit better, he probably would have gotten the pick there.
Yep, that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 2 tight end set for Caldwell under the center. See what they do here from their own 39-yard line. And they're going to go draw play. Benji Bailey, I believe that's the first time we've called his name. He'll pick up 1 yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 9.
Mario Pearson, the linebacker there, he read that perfectly. He was in that spy position there at middle linebacker, and if he wasn't there was some room to get on that draw play, but he snuffed that out very quickly.
All right, 3rd down and 9 from the 40-yard line. Caldwell out of the shotgun, and he'll go quick pass over the middle, and that is incomplete. He wanted Simmons, and he hit him in the hands. It was a perfect throw. He just dropped it.
That was Rob Moline there who made the hit to knock it out. Yeah, going for his number 1 target. I told you he was going to be the guy to look for, who's going to get a lot of targets from the receivers. And he tried to force it in there. It was a pretty tight coverage there from Moline over the top and Falconer underneath. But, early on in this game, you're seeing that Simmons isn't having too much trouble getting the step on Falconer. So that might be something that they might want to look to exploit down the field.
For sure. And right now we got Riddell Sidney on the punt. That'll be fair caught. Nice hang time of 4.1. And the Jays will start this drive from their own 24-yard line. Let's see what Ian Harlan and the offense can do. They went 3 and out on their previous drive. Split back set for Harlan on 1st down. And he'll drop back to throw. It's a rollout. Throws it deep over the middle, and that is caught for the 1st down at the 36-yard line. And I believe that's number 84, Trev Bridges, their tight end.
Yeah, what a play there from Harlan to Bridges, rolling out to his left. Awkward throw, but they kind of lost Bridges. Bridges is a big guy. He's 6'4", tight end. He has some good speed at tight end, and he's a guy that has a lot of physical strength to succeed at the next level and beyond that. And in that spot right there, you saw him doing that basketball jump to get the ball.
Yeah, he's a big target for Harlan, and we're probably going to end up calling his name quite a bit here this season as Harlan finds Zayden Van out of the backfield for a 3-yard pickup, bringing up 2nd down and 7 at their own 39-yard line.
I think we've yet to see a run. Obviously, that one backwards pass gets counted as a run, but an actual run I don't think we've seen yet. So I wonder if they're going to switch to that soon. Not here, obviously.
Yep, quick pass again over the middle this time, and that's a nice throw from Harlan. That's going to bring up another 1st down. Inside Comet territory, that was number 83 on the reception, Nigel Sams, their number 1 target at receiver.
Yeah, Nigel Sams maybe not jump off the page when it comes to his measurables, but he has a good head for a wide receiver, and he's pretty decent at getting open in those short to medium routes.
Yeah, he's a good route runner, very smart at picking his spots on the field. And Harlan, 2-step drop, going to throw again. That is going to be a 4-yard pickup. I believe that's Sams once again, this time on an out route.
And that's his bread and butter. He doesn't really have a lot of downfield strength, but in those short, like I said, short to medium routes, he can really pick apart a defense. And Trev Bridges is more the guy that they want to target when they go down the field. Yeah,
Bridges definitely a more versatile target for Harlan down the field for sure. Harlan under center on 2nd down and 6, still waiting for a designed run, and there we go, as Zayden Van is going to pick up 4 yards, making it 3rd and short for the Jays.
Zayden Van, as like we mentioned, he had some issues this offseason. Practice, he was kind of banged up a little bit, and he just wasn't quite himself in practice, but the team ended up sticking with him, giving him the starting role, and he's trying to prove them right with that. And he has some talent at running back.
Absolutely. They're going to go to him again here in the passing game. This time it is a forward pass, and Zayden Van is going to move the chains for Northeast.
Northeast with that little swing pass there. It works really good. You have the cornerback kind of dropped into a deeper zone on the outside, leaving that open spot there. They didn't have a flat zone, and this team has no problem exploiting that underneath swing pass there.
Jays coming out in the I formation set. They're going to go ground again. This time the Comets are ready for it, and they blow it up in the backfield for a loss of 1. I'm not sure who it was. Number 70 for the Comets. That is Chris Hillman, the 44th rated prospect in high school at defensive end.
Yeah, Chris Hillman, he's a beast of a lineman. Actually, this Comets defense has 3 guys on it on the defensive line alone that's in the top 50. So, honestly, I think you got to give credit to this Jays offensive line so far in this one. They haven't given up too much pressure to this extraordinarily elite defensive line of the Comets.
Yep, and the Jays go back to Van out of the backfield to get 1 yard. It is 3rd down and 10. This is high school football, so they're not quite in field goal range here from the 34. This would be a 51-yard field goal from this spot on the field as Harlan tries to step up in the pocket, and he is swallowed up for a sack, and there he is again. That is Chris Hillman, his 1st sack of the season.
We were just talking about him. There, Hillman was there. 96 is also there. 96, that's Bradford Soto. Bardford Soto, excuse me. But this defensive line is elite. You got the number 44 prospect, Chris Hillman, the number 4 prospect, Steve Walker, the number 26 prospect, Travis Cook. I mean, this defense, these 3 guys are going to be guys you see going in the 1st round and to the pros in five years or so. I mean, these guys are really good.
And what a punt from the Jays, but I believe they're going to call this a touchback because he ran into the end zone. I'm not sure. Oh, my goodness. That was a fantastic punt. Just ruined by the return team, or the coverage team, rather.
Yeah, young players, and they made a little bit of a bonehead mistake right into the end zone there.
Yep, and the Comets will start the drive from the 20-yard line. Here's Caspian Caldwell. And he's going to find his man over the middle. First down again. This is Lewis Simmons. That slant route is working early on in this game.
Yeah, that's Simmons' bread and butter right there. And Falconer's giving him too much leeway. He's off. He's playing off him, and Simmons isn't really a guy that you're going to be afraid about running by you. He has some speed, but Falconer is a fast man himself. So I think he needs to play up more. Play up, bump him a little bit, make him work for those yards.
Yeah, Simmons more of a possession receiver than anything. And they're going to go toss play here to Benji Bailey, and he's only going to pick up 2 yards. Toss play is a little difficult to run in this game. You got to have a lot of speed. And Bailey, not really known as, a speed burner.
No, he's not. He's more of that guy. He's not quite a power back. He's not quite a finesse. He's right there in that balanced range. He can make a guy miss. He can run over a guy, but he's not going to wow anyone either of those directions. He's just very smart with his holes.
Caldwell looking to throw, pump fake, takes a deep shot. Man, wide open down the right sideline and inside the 20-yard line, down at the 10, making it 1st and goal for the Comets. And that was number, 88. And that is Clinton Royal, the tight end. How did he get so wide open there?
I looked like Al Gibbons was playing down. He had his eyes in the backfield on the receiver there. There's only, one receiver to the top of the screen in that formation, and Al Gibbons, he cheated down the field expecting a run. They had that tight end sneak up over on that corner route, wide open where his zone was supposed to be. And that's a big play for the Comets.
Huge play, making it 1st and goal. We might see our first points in high school action as Caldwell goes over the middle and down at the 1-yard line. They go right back to him. That was Clinton Royal, again, the big tight end.
Clinton Royal no more as a blocking tight end, but obviously as shown in that last play, he has some legs as well with him, and now putting him in perfect position just inside the 1-yard line.
Yep, goal line set for the Comets, looking to punch it in. They're going to go on the ground, and up the right side is a touchdown for Benji Bailey. There was nobody home.
And there we got the first points of high school football action here. Benji Bailey on the outside run. Nobody's there. Al Gibson, I'm sure he's licking his wounds after blowing that one coverage. But, that's quick points for Comets on this drive. And it's what they need. The Comets, they are known for their defense. They have all this talent on defense. But the question is, will their offense be able to keep up? And, as this drive showed, they can definitely hold their own.
Yeah, if their offense keeps performing like this, I think it's going to be hard for the Jays to stick with them in this ballgame.
I think Ian Harlan
and Adam,
the Jays, they need to get Ian Harlan a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. Get him some easy completions, get him some 5 to 7 yard passes, and push it down the field a little bit more. They've thrown a lot to Zayden Van. Obviously, you can't really try on the outsides with Dan Simmons and Terrell Breckenridge, the cornerbacks, but you can try it up the middle to Bridges, and that's where you need to try.
Yep, up the middle to Bridges has been working a little bit so far in this first quarter, and some out routes to Nigel Sams have worked as well. So I'd like to see some more of those. They're going to start this drive from their own 32-yard line. Comets on top, 7-0.
It's a big drive here for the Jays to just see if they're going to be able to keep pace with the Comets, or is this defense just going to hold them down all game?
You have a lot of star players on this defense, and Harlan is going to go with some hot routes here for the receivers. 2 tight end set. And he will drop back to throw it. Harlan takes a deep shot, and that was a really good deflection. I didn't see the number on the DB, but that might have just saved the touchdown.
Yeah, I missed the number on the DB. It almost looked like a linebacker, but I think it probably was Russell or Hemming, the safeties, but great play. A little bit of an underthrow from Ian Harlan, a little bit more air, and he could have gotten it to his player, but great play by the safety there.
It was actually the middle linebacker, Dillian Sharp, number 85, running down the field with him. Harlan looking to throw it again, and he avoids a sack, throws it off his back foot, and just throws it out of bounds to avoid a big loss. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Jays as this drive is stalling out quickly.
Great play by Harlan on that incompletion just to get the ball away and to keep the drive alive. Honestly, one of those plays that most quarterbacks would take a sack on, and that's where his talent is extending the play.
Yeah, definitely a really shifty quarterback here as he's in the shotgun, 3rd down and 10. Harlan all day to throw it and breaks another sack attempt and is finally brought down for a sack, loss of 4. And let's see who it was. Was that Chris Hillman again? Yes, it is. He is having a monster game. His 3rd tackle, his 2nd sack of the 1st quarter.
Not exactly sure why, but it looked like Zayden Van, he and the tackle had him down, and all of a sudden Van just stopped blocking him, and Harlan was able to avoid 1 sack, but not the 2nd one, and it brings up a 4th and 14.
Yeah, and the offensive line was doing a really decent job as well. He just took forever to make a decision. Terry Saunders punts it away. This punt is returned up to the 45-yard line, and we'll see the Comets offense take the field after they just scored a touchdown on their previous drive.
For all of you wondering what the heck this is the Hammer Cline universe, and this is high school football. So we're here watching, using All-Pro football as our method to get through high school, college, and all the way to the pro. So you're going to watch these guys go through their entire football career, and this is the first game of that whole experience, playing through 3 levels of football, starting here in high school, moving to college, and they'll get drafted to the pro league, which you'll see soon. So this is a lot more football to come.
Yeah, we'll be rolling out some team reveals for the College Football Alliance. Of course, we've posted some on Twitter. If you haven't followed us on Twitter yet, that is posted in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord yet, go ahead and join that as well. I believe it's in the description. It sure is. But we'll be having 24 college teams and 24 pro teams. All of our high school teams are broken down into regions. Of course, we have international, Northeast, we've got Southeast, Northwest, Southwest, North Central, South Central, and Pacific. Those are our 8 high school teams. There's a big run down the sideline. That's Benji Bailey. He is gone. Touchdown, Comets. Oh, my goodness gracious. Did you see all the blocking running to the end zone with him?
Oh, my goodness, Benji Bailey. I think he went untouched. I don't think he was touched by a defender there. Excellent play from the Comets, and Bailey, man, this Comets team looks solid. He's really putting, that was a great block. I don't even know who to credit on that play. I mean, great run obviously by him, but all he did was run through the literal Red Seas getting split before him. Great play by the Comets offensive line.
That was fantastic. If you have 4 blockers running in front of you for a long touchdown run, you know you did something right in the scheme, you know?
Going back to talking a little bit about how the league's set up, one thing that's different about this is usually in All-Pro football, for those of you who know, that the ratings are broken down into 4 groups. So you got gold, silver, bronze, and copper. It's not how it is here in the HCU. What we did for every single one of these players. So anytime you see the bronze star or whatever, it doesn't matter in this game. Every single player has had completely randomized ratings. From their speed to their stamina to their strength. So some of these backups have good physical abilities, but they don't have the physical or the technical skills to go with it, whereas the starters have a little bit more technical skills, and that's why they're the starters. So every single one of these players can be great, and that's what makes this league so interesting. Is every single one of these players, a guy gets injured, and we don't know, the backup could be the next great player because of his physical skills and how randomized it is. So that's one thing to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. Backups could technically be better than the starters, but we wouldn't know it. And here are the Jays I formation for Ian Harlan. He's got to get something going here for his squad as he finds, I believe that is Trev Bridges, for a pickup of 6 to start the drive. and a pretty good start for them.
Yeah, I mean that's you have to get. You have to get Trevor Bridges the ball. You got to work against. You got to work where you can work, and the one position group that this defense doesn't have a top 50 prospect is linebacker. So attack those linebackers with your tight end.
Sounds like a solid plan to me. And Bridges, I mean, he's got probably 4 or 5 catches so far in the game already. This is not what you want to see, though. A draw play from the shotgun. I mean, Zayden Van, he didn't stand a chance on that play, and that was number 54, Steve Walker, the 4th rated prospect, the big old defensive tackle that made the play.
Yeah, he's a beast. Keep an eye out on him. We haven't heard too much from him the first time we call his name, but this guy, he can play.
He's a mountain of a man. 3rd down and 7 for Ian Harlan, and he's going to throw it deep down the middle, and that is almost picked off the hands of the receiver, and I believe the receiver was Brian Walters, number 86, who couldn't bring it in, and the Jays are going to be forced to punt it once again with their punter, Terry Saunders.
Yeah, Julius Hemming had a chance at that pick, and he's gonna be hitting himself on the sideline because that was right to him. It couldn't have been better thrown to him. Harlan was a little bit under pressure and just got the ball got a little bit away from him. This Jays team just looks a little discombobulated, a little bit antsy right now.
Yeah, they got to settle down and just try to get a good game plan going and start a nice drive. Need to be a little bit more consistent here today.
Benji Bailey, as we mentioned before, he's the 39th ranked prospect in the country right now. So, or actually, universe, and he's been showing in this game. With these runs, 3 are in there from him on that play, but he has good vision. That's what his strength is he's great vision, and you put him behind a good fullback, good offensive line, and he's gonna tear it up.
Yeah, and we saw that great vision on that long touchdown run where he went untouched into the end zone. All right, 2nd down and 7. 2 tight ends set for Caspian Caldwell, number 12. And they're going to go toss play to Bailey, and he somehow squeezes through and picks up 3 yards. Not sure how he got through the first defender there, and he's up to 62 yards in the ballgame, 8.9 yards per carry.
I don't know how he made it through that hole either. It wasn't even a hole. It was a sliver, but that's what he does best, is finding those little creases and getting them through him. And in that time it was only 3 yards, but you go through enough of those and eventually you're going to have some big plays.
Yep, makes it 3rd and manageable, but Caldwell's going to be brought down and actually falls forward, picking up a yard. But the Jays get a really big stop here, much needed stop for the defense.
Yeah, Jays really needed that. The Comets were starting to run away with this in a little bit. That slows down, puts a little bit of the brakes on, and Jays get the ball back. Chance only down 2 scores, still plenty of game. With Harlan, he needs to get some consistency going. He's been a little bit erratic, and he needs to settle down.
Yep, totally agree. Let's give some chat shout-outs. We got Parker Thomas in the chat. Bruno Silva Sosa, Chaos Driven. Skyline Gaming, that's Rocky Clearwater, longtime viewer of the channel. Harris Gurley in the chat. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Project Crusade in there as well. Tyler Rocky. Welcome to the High School Football Alliance, everybody. 1st down and 10 for Ian Harlan. He's under the center. 2-step drop, out route, and that'll pick up 4 yards. I believe that was Brian Walters, number 86. He's had several catches here today.
And Brian Walters, he kind of reminds me of like a little bit of a good example, like a Cole Beasley kind of receiver, except he's a little bit bigger and a little bit slower than Cole Beasley. But he's that kind of short to medium route runner, and he can't be the number 1 guy. He needs to have a better guy ahead of him, but he has some talent to be able to make a play here and there.
Yeah, he's got really good hands, and there was Zayden Van on the carry there, bringing up 3rd down and 3 Pretty manageable here for the Jays. Harlan has to get this first down, I think. They need to get a solid drive and get some points on the board as they're down by 14. Harlan under center in the I formation. Quick pass. I believe that's the fullback, and he's not going to get it. 4th down and 2 coming up. No, that was actually Zayden Van on the reception. They keep going back to him out of the backfield, and this time it just doesn't work, and they're going to have to punt it away. Yet again, Terry Saunders getting a lot of work kicking the football.
Yeah, once again, going to that short swing route on a 3rd down. I mean, I don't think that's where you're going to beat this team. We've said before, they're good tacklers. They're very disciplined defense, and that's not where we want to beat them. Really, that's not Zayden Van's strength either.
Oh, he's just a downhill runner. Just get him some ISOs, some dives, and that's where he's really going to shine in this offense, I think. Good field position for the Comets to start the drive.
There we are.
First down and 10 from the 42-yard line for Caspian Caldwell. And they're going to hand it off up the middle. And carrying defenders, picking up 7 yards. And that is Benji Bailey again, up to 70 on the ground today.
Bailey has been the most impressive. Him and Hillman have been the 2 most impressive guys today. Obviously, that was a great run right there. Keeping his legs turning, I think he had like 2 or 3 defenders on him, but managed to get another 3-4 yards out of that.
Yeah, really strong run from him. He's having a really good game, nearing 100 yards already here in the first half. They're going to toss it out to him again. This time he is going to be dropped for a loss. That was number 22, and that was Frederick Falconer, the number 1 corner, making a really good tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, Falconer been a little quiet today. Got burned early by Simmons on those slant routes, but showing up there, making a good tackle in open field.
Yeah, really good run game defense there from the corner, and they are going to stop Bailey again, this time a loss of 2, and that was number 93, Todd Keller, the defensive end, coming through, making the stop for his defense, trying to get Ian Harlan another opportunity on offense for the Jays to get some points on the board.
Yeah, that was a great play by Todd Keller. He's working against the right tackle there, Mark Ford, and Mark Ford had him, but managed to reach his arms out and grab the running back as he ran by. And great play there to stop him because he had some open field.
Absolutely. And here the Jays will start their next drive at their own 20-yard line. So 5 minutes left in the first half. Their offense has struggled so far in this ball game. What do you do? How do you get the ball downfield and get some points on the board here if you're the Jays?
I think you need to work the seams with Bridges. And, you've seen a couple throws to him underneath, but throw him a corner route. Just have him test one of these safeties. You got to get something going down the field, and you can't really beat these corners.
Absolutely. Harlan, 2-step drop, trying to take off. No, he steps up and throws it. I believe that is Bridges, picking up 5 yards, making it 2nd down and 5. That was, in fact, Bridges.
Once again, going to that underneath route. Yeah, you got to get him down the field a little bit more. He's a talented route runner, a talented catcher, and he can outplay most of these linebackers, so make these linebackers work.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Antonio Gates back in the day for the San Diego Chargers. Here's a toss play. Zayden Van is in the open field. He's going to pick up the first down up to the 34-yard line. Definitely his best run of the ball game. Only 15 yards for him so far here in the first half.
Great blocking there. You see down the field, number 67. Who's that guy? Give the guard a shout. Give some offensive line love. Not quite sure who that was. I think that was a center. Kaya Inzer down the field in that block, but good vision, good blocking, and a good run.
Hey, even a good block from the number 2 tight end, Johnny Galladay, number 87 as well. And they're going to keep it on the ground here. A lot of space for Zayden Van, and a nice chunk of change there. 2 really good runs for him in a row. Do they keep pounding the rock, or do they go with some play action here, do you think?
I'd pound the rock at least one more time. I might as well. Run until you can stop it. He's looking really good right now, especially last 2 runs. They're blocking more energized on this drive.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch this drive so far. I just hope they keep it going. And they're going to go to the ground again. Zayden Van, and he's going to move the chains. So 3 solid runs here for the Jays. Love to see it.
So you're saying about play action. This is where I go play action now. They're starting to hone in on it. You go play action, throw it to Bridges on the corner route. You have the safety, only one safety deep. It's a perfect play for it.
Instead, they're going to come out in the shotgun with a halfback and a fullback back there. No tight end. Interesting decision here. They go over the middle, and I believe that's Walters. He'll pick up 6 yards. So, I mean, either way, they're still moving the ball down the field and getting some yards.
I don't know if you saw that, but Harlan had no time to throw that ball on that play. Immediately, as soon as he snapped the ball, Steve Walker was in the backfield, and he took a nice shot in the gut from him. This offensive line has done a good job holding this elite defensive line back, but they get through every once in a while.
Yeah, and they got through again here. That was one of the linebackers, I believe, taking down Zayden Van for a loss of 1. Now, that was actually number 21, Julius Helming, the starting strong safety. So 3rd and 5.
That was actually Marcus
coming up for the Jays. This is a huge play. Here we go. Let's see what the number 2 guy can do. And they'll hand it to him. Marcus Madre is going to be just short at the 2-minute warning. I don't know if they're going to review this or not, but that was extremely close to a first down.
I think that he got the first there from where his knee went down. He pulled the guy forward. What a way to come in. As a backup, you come into the game. The run game is going good. And right here, a little bit of a poor decision to cut it inside. I think if you cut it outside, he almost could have had a touchdown. But decided to take the guy head on. But I think he has a first down.
Absolutely. It looks like he falls forward. The ball is clearly over the line here. I expect them to overturn this one in favor of the Jays. And the ruling on the field stands. That is very surprising.
Wow.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like that at all. Honestly, I think he had that first down. And if I'm the Jays, I'm going to go for it. QB sneak, a little ISO, whatever it has to be. But I'm going for it here on 4th down.
And they are on the field. Ian Harlan under center, 4th and inches from the Comet 45-yard line. This is a massive play. Will they actually snap it? Or they're going to snap it. They're going to go draw play, and it works out in favor of the Jays. And that was Zayden Van picking up the first down. Huge, gutsy call there.
That is a gutsy call. What are you going to do on a 4th and inches? Run right at the defense's best player. And the center did a great job, along with the guard, to move him out of the way, open that hole up, and good run.
Absolutely, and it was a draw play, which those are rough in this game. We all know that. Harlan under center, going to hand it off again. Zayden Van up the middle, and he is just having the drive of his life right now. He picks up 7, and it looks like we do have an injury. Kai Inzer, the starting center, is injured on the field, not moving.
That's a really, really terrible injury, and it looks like his back right leg just got a little bit tweaked, or back left leg just got a little tweaked under him, and you hate to see it. You really hope he's okay. Don't want to speculate, but that's a big loss for this Jays offensive line. He's made a couple key blocks, and now losing him when you're going up against the best defensive line in high school football, it's not what you want to happen.
And that was Dillian Sharp, the inside linebacker, number 85, who hit him and took him to the ground. But hopefully he's all right, can return for the Jays as they go with another draw play here. And Zayden Van looks a little bit tired. I might look to get Marcus Madre, the backup halfback, in there and get some fresh legs going here on 3rd and 2 for the Jays at the 35-yard line. And Harlan is going to be stacked. Oh, my goodness. 3rd and 2, and you go to the passing attack, and nobody gets open. That's a rough play call there. 4th and 5 coming up for the Jays. I don't know if they're going to go for it here. They're definitely not in field goal range. It would be a 55-yarder.
Bardford Soto, what a play by him, bowling through the left guard. And that injury kind of just took the wind out of the sails of the Jays, it feels like. It looks like they're going for it here, which I like this call.
Yep, just over a minute to go here in the first half. 4th down and 5. They might be trying to draw him off sides. They will snap it, though. Harlan is going to throw it wide open, and he runs backwards and does not get the first down. That was Zayden Van coming back for it, and he only picked up 1 yard. So huge stop for this top-rated defense of the Comets.
That hurts for the Jays. You really wanted to get something out of that drive, and it looked like you were going to. Then you had your center go down. The injury kind of just deflated your team, and right there, Van has to be able to turn that upfield. Great play by the linebacker to tackle him, but that's just a back-breaking play.
Absolutely. And Caspian Caldwell and the Comet offense come back out of the split back set, and that is deflected away, bringing up 2nd down and 10. That was that number 88 was the target.
Clinton Royal.
That was Clinton Royal, yep, the tight end. We've definitely called his name a couple times here so far. He had that big catch on the corner route.
Yeah, they're trying to target him again. Frederick Falconer was underneath, though, and that was a little bit of a risky throw under pressure for Caldwell. Threw it a little bit off his back foot and almost got it picked, but he has to be smarter here. I mean, you're up 14-0. Don't do anything to give the Jays a chance.
Yep, I would just try to run the ball here and go into the half with that 2-score lead. As Benji Bailey goes up the middle, he's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards, and the Jays call a timeout, hoping to get the ball back here with less than a minute to go.
Good play there. Just kind of feel it out, see what happens. I expect them to do a safe play here and maybe just try to get the first down. You don't want to overextend yourself, throw a pick, and give the Jays momentum going to halftime.
I totally agree. 3rd down and 6 from their own 41-yard line. 4 receivers set for Caspian Caldwell. He will throw it. Pump fake over the middle. And that was almost picked off. It looked like it hit about 4 defenders' hands there. But the Jays, they do get a much-needed stop. They'll get the ball back with about 35 seconds left, most likely, after the punt.
Yeah, Caspian Caldwell completely missed his receiver. He wasn't even under that much pressure. But played a little volleyball with it. And lucky for the International Comets, that ball fell down to the turf harmlessly. But now the Jays can get a chance. 2 timeouts, a good return. Anything could happen.
Absolutely. Who do we have back to return? We have Nigel Sams, correct?
No, I believe it's Brian Walters. No. Who's this back here? Yeah, it's Brian Walters.
Brian Walters, the number 2 receiver. Gets it back up to the 27-yard line. 36 seconds left. Do you try to take some shots downfield here if you're the Jays, or do you just go into the half down 14?
I think you try to get, like I've been saying, I've been banging the table for this over and over. I think you go for Trevor Bridges. Get him to the ball. You have nothing to lose. You're down 14. I think you need some momentum, even if it's not a score.
All right, I formation for the Jays. They will throw it. 2-step drop. Harlan. And not a very good throw there. He was pressured and threw it very awkwardly. But good news, Kai Inzer will most likely return in this game with a dislocated finger.
That is real good news for the Jays. I mean, they haven't really looked the same. His presence on the offensive line really helps this team, especially against this defensive line. So hearing he's okay, that's really good news.
Yep, 2nd down and 10 for the Jays. Ian Harlan under center and calling for a hot route. He's got 3 receivers. 5-step drop, deep shot, and he's got his man down the field and all the way inside the 40, down at the 29-yard line. What a massive play for the Jays. That was York Bass, the number 3 receiver, the slot man for the Jays.
What a play. I don't know how they lost him. It looked like 27 there was in the coverage. That was Ngakio Manning was the safety there, and he just got beat. Just got plain up beat, and that's exactly the play you need for the Jays. Get some momentum down to field goal range already. Now you see if we can turn this into 7 points.
Yeah, that was the number 2 free safety for the Comets, Ignacio Manning, number 27. Just getting burnt like toast there, just a little bit. 23 seconds left Harlan looking to throw it again. 7-step drop, takes a deep shot over the middle, and look who it is. Trev Bridges down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. They call their final timeout. And according to All Pro Football logic, we might see one more play here before a field goal.
There's the play I've been saying. Those safeties have been in cover 2 all game, and you can cover 2 is great for the outsides, but very exploitable with the tight end. And there we see it finally. Trev Bridges getting up the middle, splitting the safeties, and it looks like they're going to go for the field goal. Don't agree with this whatsoever, but I guess I just want to get some points into halftime. Who knows? But either way, going to go with a field goal here.
Yeah, either way, they're going to get some points here. I do agree they should have ran a few more plays here, but we're going to see Jonas Stone, number 3, come in for the field goal. It is up and good, so we have points on the board for the Jays. It's 14-3. Comets on top. 15 seconds left in the first half.
You're just joining in. This is the Hammer Cline universe, and this is high school football. We're going to have 3 levels of football from high school to college to pro, so you get to watch these guys through their entirety of their careers as they progress, they regress, injuries happen, and stuff happens like that. Usually in all pro football, as you might know, players are limited to 1 of 3 stars, silver, bronze, or gold. However, those mean nothing to us in this league because we've edited every single stat. And why do I mean edited? We randomized every single stat. So all these players are random from the top down. Usually in all pro football, if you're gold, you have 90 speed. If you're bronze, you have 70 speed. Not here. Backups sometimes are better than starters, but just haven't had enough playing time to show it. So lots of intrigue to be had in this league.
And I'm looking forward to every second of it. And here are the Comets, and they're going to pick up 4 yards here. Probably just let this clock run out. And they are. We're going to head into the half. The International Comets on top 14-3 over the Northeast Jays. We've seen some big plays. We've seen a lot of. And, I'm looking forward to another half of football here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some more football as well. Honestly, this team, both teams have played well in the first half. Obviously, Benji Bailey, the guy who ran away with the first half. But look at these stats; they're very close, and even the Jays actually have some advantages in a lot of those spots. I think the Jays are just at the cusp of going to the next level. Outside of that one pass we're seeing right here from Caspian Caldwell to Clinton Royal, the passing offense hasn't been there for the Comets. So I think the Jays, finding a little bit of that rhythm at the end of the last drive, they can pull that into the second half. I think they have a real chance of coming back here.
Yeah, and both tight ends for both of these teams have been the big play targets in the passing attack, which is kind of surprising, especially with Lewis Simmons on the Comets. We expect to see him, maybe get some more passes downfield, but it's been Clinton Royal for the Comets and Trev Bridges for the Jays, duking it out in the receiving game.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Lewis Simmons, we haven't called his name since the first quarter. Not been on the field as big of a part as we thought he was going to be, and it's been really surprising to me. I thought he was going to be more of a factor in this game, but instead he hasn't been. He's been pretty much a non-existent. Frederick Falconer's been winning that matchup hands down.
Yep, Falconer having a pretty good game. I mean, we saw Simmons in the first quarter get a few slant routes and out routes, but second quarter came around and he just hasn't been there at all for his quarterback.
Not at all. And the second half, he needs to show up because you're not just going to be able to rely on Benji Bailey the whole time if Ian Harlan starts to cook. And we know he can get hot and he can start to cook. So, Harlan, if he can find that rhythm, which he looked like he did, you're going to have to throw it, and you're going to have Lewis Simmons show up.
Absolutely. Give us one moment, folks. We will be right back with the second half of the International Comets and Northeast Jays matchup here in the Hammer Cline universe. All right, folks, we are back with the International Comets and the Northeast Jays in our Week 1, Game 1 matchup of the High School Football Alliance here on the Hammer Cline universe in All Pro Football 2K8, of course. The Comets on top 14-3 over the Jays, and the Comets, unfortunately for the Jays, they get the ball to start this third quarter.
Yeah, Jay's got the ball to start the game, so now they have to try to stop this Comets offense, which now they're in a perfect position. What a hit there. He just shouldered him.
Oh, my goodness.
The Comets are in the perfect position because now they just get to hand it off to Bailey, and that's what they've been wanting to do all game. So if you're the Jays, stack that box. I'm not afraid of this passing offense, really. I think you man up with the receivers and force them to run, force them to try to beat your best guys.
Absolutely. If your top target is the tight end, you got a good shot at shut down the receivers, which the Jays have been doing so far in this ball game. Benji Bailey is going to be dropped for a loss of 2, and that was number 21 on the tackle, Al Gibson, the starting strong safety for Northeast.
Yeah, Gibson's looks pretty solid in this game so far. He's had some pretty solid tackling. Great job reading out the run. Looks a little suspect in the passing game, but he's looked really good in the run, and now you see him in the box here. They're using him in that run game.
Yep, single back set for the Comets. 2 tight ends for Caspian Caldwell. And he'll drop back to throw it. Steps up in the pocket, man open, and they are going to actually lose a yard. The receiver had to come back for it a little bit awkwardly, and the Jays keep pushing the Comets back.
Dan Jackson there in the reception. Not a good throw from Caldwell, and that's exactly what we were saying. Man up on the outside and force them to beat you throwing it, and they couldn't. So get them off the field here, and you're on your way.
Yep, 3rd and 13. Bunch set at the bottom of the screen for Caldwell. Deep shot up to the top of the screen and deflected away. What a play. I'm not sure who that was. Was that Corey Mathis on the coverage?
It looked like it actually looked like Sean Underhill. The second corner.
Yep, that was number 26. Yep.
And it was a good play by him, step for step with the receiver. The receiver there was Dedrick Kirk, and Caldwell couldn't get enough air under it. Let me ask you, Cline, what are your thoughts on these 2 quarterbacks so far in this game? What kind of grade would you give them so far?
So far, I'd probably give both of them maybe like a C+ so far for their performance. They looked a little shaky at times. Trying to make decisions. They're taking a little bit too much time back there in the pocket, which has resulted in quite a few sacks in this ball game so far.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think between the 2, I've liked the potential I see out of Harlan a little bit more than Caldwell. He is seems like a little bit better of an arm, but is a little bit erratic in the decision making. Kind of reminds me of that Brett Favre style.
Absolutely. Gunslinger mentality. And here's Zayden Van picking up 1 yard as the Jays get it up to midfield. He's up to 37 yards in the ballgame, most of that coming on that one drive.
Yeah, that one drive was pretty good. Outside of that, he's been pretty mediocre, honestly. And maybe those injuries are playing a part from preseason, but either way, he's not looked very dynamic.
I completely agree with that. They did actually stop throwing it to him out of the backfield, which was kind of killing some of their drives earlier in the game. And here's a deep shot from Harlan, and that looked like it was caught. And who was that? That was Nigel Sams, and that is a reception up to the 29-yard line. Fantastic throw from Ian Harlan and a great route from Sams.
What a throw and catch. Oh my goodness. That was working against Dan Simons, who's the number 32 prospect in the nation right now. That was, he was good coverage, but better throw, better catch, and that's the kind of spark they needed.
For sure. Harlan coming out with the I formation. See if they try to pound the rock with Zayden Van. And they're actually going to throw it. Over the middle, wide open, is going to be another first down here up to the 14-yard line. Sams again, this time on a slant route.
Yeah, Dan Simons, who's in coverage there, completely misplayed it. He kind of tried to jump the route, but he jumped the wrong route and ended up giving Nigel Sams all this space to run. And now the Jays are clicking.
Yep, great field position. They're already in field goal range. Single back set, 2 tight ends for Harlan. He'll throw it again. 5-step drop, out route, wide open, and that'll be a pickup of 8. That was Trev Bridges, the tight end, again.
Nice play there from the Jays. I like this quick throws, not giving them the defense enough chance to get to the quarterback. And if the Comets, you're kind of on your heels right here, and you got to stand firm here or else you risk losing your momentum completely.
Yep, split back set for Harlan. He'll throw it again. He's had a great drive and a one-handed reception for the touchdown. Trev Bridges, excuse me, with the score.
What a catch. I mean, Harlan off of his back foot chucks it up there, and Bridges one-handed kind of got lost in the shuffle there. And what a drive from the Jays on this. This drive was exactly what they needed. Couple huge plays from Harlan. Harlan under plenty of pressure on that play and managed to get the ball out there. Great play, and that's the kind of dynamic playmaking that you love to see from Harlan, and makes up for his sometimes erraticness that we saw in the first half.
Absolutely. That drive was all Ian Harlan, just nothing but the air. That was fantastic. Really fun to watch, and it's now 14-10. Comets still on top, but can their offense get anything going here? This is going to be their second drive of the third quarter. They went 3 and out on the previous one.
Yeah, now the Comets kind of, they're up by 4 right now, but it almost feels like they're trailing because of how the momentum shifted in that drive and how they went 3 and out on that first drive of the second half. So they really need to get something going, whether that's a couple first downs or a touchdown. They just need to get something to remind themselves that they're still leading in this game.
Absolutely. You don't want to fall into that loser's mentality of like, oh, the other team scored a touchdown, so we're just going to crumble now.
Exactly.
All right, Caspian Caldwell, number 30 rated prospect in the Hammer Cline stats rankings, is going to be under center for this first play to start the drive at his own 27-yard line after the Quentin Morabito kick return. They're going to go up the middle here. Only 1 yard on the carry for Benji Bailey, who's still averaging over 5 yards per carry in the game.
Ryder Bancroft for the Jays on the tackle there. It's not a name we've heard too much of, but he's a really solid defensive tackle, and he made a good play there. You got to block him if you're going to run up the middle.
I formation set for Caldwell here on 2nd and 9. He's calling for a hot route. He's got 2 tight ends, and he will throw it to the man out of the backfield. Was that Bailey? I believe it was, and only a pickup of 1 yard. And that was actually Marquise Batone, the fullback, on the reception. I believe that's his 2nd of the game.
Falconer absolutely destroyed him on the tackle, lowered his shoulder. I mean, Falconer's not a big guy. You see him at the bottom of your screen right now. He's a small guy, and he just laid out the fullback.
No running backs for this set. Caldwell on 3rd down and 8 goes over the middle, and that was completed in a lot of traffic. And that was Lewis Simmons. I believe that's his first catch since the first quarter, and that was a big one.
That was Rob Moline on coverage, and Lewis Simmons, he just cut right in front of him. And good ball placement from Caldwell. Really nothing Moline could have done. He didn't break on it fast enough. And that was a big play. It was a big play for a team that seemed to be losing its sense of direction.
Yeah, they desperately needed something to spark this offense, and that was what the doctor ordered. Caldwell out of the shotgun. And all day to throw it. Wide open over the middle was that Simmons again picking up 5 yards up to the Jays' 45-yard line. So the passing attack looking like they're getting something going here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, and they're doing a good job of getting Simmons away from Falconer. That's one thing he was struggling to break free from Falconer, but now you had him to target him in zone coverage, and you had him run that little drag route to get away from Falconer. Just little things so he doesn't have to try to beat him one-on-one.
Yep, and Benji Bailey is going to be stuffed for no gain. Ever since that big touchdown run of his, we haven't really seen him be able to get to the second level in the rushing attack. Third down and 5 coming up for the Comets. Under center is Caspian Caldwell. Single back set, 3 receivers. Caldwell looking to throw it, and he's finding his target for the first down, again up to the 32-yard line. And that was number 82, Dan Jackson, the number 2 receiver on the team.
Nice play. I mean, that's one of the few times you'll see him target someone not named Simmons on this team. And working against a linebacker, Dan Jackson has that matchup all day.
And fantastic drive right here for the Comets. They desperately needed something to go their way on offense as Caldwell comes out under center, 2 receivers set, and he'll look to throw it again. Deep drop, and that was deflected away. Defender in the perfect spot to get that one knocked away to the ground. That was Sheard Richard, the 35th ranked prospect, defensive end for the Jays.
Look for the ball, Sheard. Get him in the head. Come on, man. You got to look for the ball. I know you're known for your pass rushing and your tackling ability, but yeah, the ball coming right to you. We've all played catch. Come on.
Absolutely. Good point. Everybody's played catch in their life, and apparently he just forgot his hands at home.
I know that.
Second down and 10. Oh, yeah. They don't call you no hands for nothing. And there's another drop for the Jays defense. That was number 55, Dennis Kennard, the starting middle linebacker.
Well, this seems like a defense after my own heart because no one can catch the ball right now. That he read that play perfectly, jumped the ball, and had the ball right in his hands, and he just decided not to catch it. So, I think I know what this coach is going to have them be working on come Monday.
Yeah, they're probably going to be running some stadium steps as well. 3rd down and 10 for the Comets. Caldwell all day to throw it. Out route, and it is dropped again. 2 defenders getting their hands on it, and they can't come away with it, but the Jays do get the stop.
My goodness. Catch the ball. Frederick Falconer, him too. He's their best he's the best cornerback and best catcher, and he can't come down with it right now. Either way, it brings up a 4th down outside of field goal range here in high school, and a good defensive stop. But you had a chance there, about 3 interceptions back to back to back.
Yeah, a field goal from here would not be plausible for a high school kicker. Let's see what the punter can do. Try to coffin corner this, and he's actually going to return it up to the 16-yard line. Dangerous decision there with the defender pretty much draped all over him. That was Brian Walters.
Yeah, a little bit of a sketchy decision. Not much blocking, not much. I don't know what he saw, but he saw something that he liked, and he decided to go for it, and it didn't backfire. So I guess there's that.
Absolutely. Under center, Ian Harlan. He's got split back set, 2 receivers, and he will drop back to throw it. He did fantastic last drive in the air attack, and he starts off this one fantastic as well as number 83, Nigel Sams, makes another big-time catch. Harlan over 200 yards through the air now.
On that play right there, it looked like the corner was playing a more of a shallow zone, and he passed him off to the safety, but there was no safety there. So either the cornerback had his assignment wrong, or the safety wasn't in his spot. But either way, miscommunication gives up a 1st down, and the Jays look like they got something here.
Yeah, the secondary just kind of got lost in the sauce there on that play. And they're going to go ground attacks. Zayden Van, that play was kind of blown up from the start. And that was number 70, Chris Hillman, who's having a phenomenal day from his defensive end spot. He blew that one up.
Chris Hillman has looked fantastic in this game so far. He's been everywhere, and another play where he's coming up with the tackle.
And it was a loss of 3. Harlan over the middle again, wide open, and picking up 13 yards is Nigel Sams, who is having just a fantastic last 2 drives.
Nigel Sams, this is what you needed. I mean, it's making me look like an idiot. I said they couldn't beat the corners, but all of a sudden, Nigel Sams showing me you don't have to beat the corners. If I'm the Comets, I'd stop playing this zone coverage. It's not working. Your safeties are not able to cover these receivers. I'd man up. They haven't been able to beat them in man coverage outside of that one pass a couple drives ago. So, trust your guys. Yeah,
well, the front 7 came through to play here on 3rd and 1, getting a tackle for loss, stopping the Jays, and now they're going to have to punt the football away with Terry Saunders, whose leg probably is going to need an ice bath after today.
Yeah, Saunders is getting called on a little bit more than he would have liked to be called on. Punter is the one job that if you had a good day, no one else had a good day, and he's having a good day. He's playing a lot right now, and he's playing well. But you really want to keep him off the field as much as you can.
Yeah, that was a really solid punt there, down to the 24-yard line of the Comets. Morabito, number 84, the receiver. Couldn't get a whole lot of space, but got a couple yards for the Comets. And Caspian Caldwell will start this drive under center with 3 receivers, 2 to the top of the screen. And they're going to go with Benji Bailey, who has been shut down since his touchdown run. Only a pickup of 1 on first down.
Mario Pearson there read that perfectly. The fullback, he blocked the middle linebacker. I think that was Kennard, but Pearson was there to make the tackle, and there was really nothing Bailey could do on that.
Yep, 2nd down and 9 coming up. Less than 2 minutes to go already. This has been a pretty quick third quarter as the Comets pick up 5 yards. That was number 80, Lewis Simmons, on the catch on the out route.
Lewis Simmons, nice play, working against Frederick Falconer and getting him in space. That's been something that the Comets have been on a kind of streaky with being able to do in this game. But whenever they get him space and get him the ball, they've had good drives.
Yep, they're going to come out with 2 tight end set here. Clinton Royal and Newell Pollard at tight end. They're going to go to the outside, though, and the Jays come through with a big-time stop again as Benji Bailey could not get to the sticks. 4th and 1 coming up.
Alonzo Armstrong there on the tackle. And, it was another time where Caspian Caldwell kind of cost his team a first down, threw that behind his receiver, and you saw him stagger a little bit. If he could have caught that in stride, he would have had the first down easy. But instead, they have to punt it back to the Jays and a team that's starting to heat up.
And a massive hit on the punt coverage. I didn't catch the number of that defender, but Walters got hit by a truck right there.
Yeah, it's good to see him get up after that hit. That was a big shot. Also, you see Kai Inzer is back in the huddle. He's been back in the game for a while, but I just noticed him now. So glad to hear that he's doing all right and that his finger's fine. So good. That's good. Good to see him back in this game.
Yeah, you love to see the return after the dislocated finger, especially for a center. You gotta be able to snap that ball. And here's Harlan. Oh, poorly designed pass to the halfback, and that was blown up. What a hit on Zayden Van. 2nd and 14 coming up.
Yeah, not what you want to see. You're the coach of the Jays. Zayden Van, that was a iffy play. Not a great decision for Harlan. Not really a great run from Van either.
Yep, 2nd and 14. Harlan looking to throw. Out route wide open and cutting up field, picking up 7 yards for the Jays. That was Nigel Sams again. 7 catches, 92 yards in this ball game. He's had some pretty good success against Dan Simmons, the number 1 corner of the Comets.
Yeah, Dan Simmons might be dropping down that top 50 board right now. Sams has been dicing him up in this game. Not much has gone Dan's way. And 3rd and 5 here, 3rd and 7 here, he's going to need to shut him down.
Yep, look for another slant play maybe to Sams up at the top. Harlan, he's hit as he throws, and that is nearly picked off. The ball hung in the air for quite some time, but the blocking just broke down for him, and we're going to see Terry Saunders yet again come out to punt the ball. And it's actually the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a quick look at the rest of the Week 1 schedule as we transition into the 4th quarter. Show you guys the matchups that we got going. And there it is. So we got the Northeast Jays at the International Comets. Our next game will be directly after this one. Game number 2 is going to be the Raiders taking on the Pacific Pirates. And then we'll have the North Central Eagles taking on the Southwest Titans. The Titans, top-rated offense in the preseason. That's going to be really fun to see them. Number 1 quarterback and the number 1 and number 2 receivers for Southwest. So watch out for that game. That's going to be an electric offense to watch. And in week 2, or what was the final week 1 matchup? That was, I didn't even see that one.
This is week 2.
Feels bad.
Hold on. Did I give?
I missed the 4th game. Technical difficulties. We're fired. We're both fired. There we go. We got the South Central Lions for game 4, traveling to take on, if I can see it, the Northwest Cobras. So Cobras, they have a really good quarterback as well, but that's going to be our week 1 schedule. Again, Southeast going to Pacific directly after this game. Nice little doubleheader tonight, and we'll get the other 2 games out during the week. Let's take a look at week 2 schedule. Get that one going. For future games, Pacific Pirates at Northeast Jays, Southwest Titans at the International Comets. So a week 2 matchup that's going to be really fun to see is that number 1 offense of the Titans taking on the number 1 defense of the Comets. So watch that game as well for week 2. Then Northwest Cobras taking on the Southeast Raiders, and week 2 will be rounded out by the South Central Lions and the North Central Eagles. So any of these matchups stand out to you for the next 2 weeks?
I like that. I like that game there. The South Central, the North Central South Central showdown there. If I can get this to play again, there we go. And I like that South Central North Central showdown between the Lions and the Eagles. Obviously, there's a nice rivalry. Get to see that. You mentioned the Titans. I'm really excited to see the Titans both in week 2 and week 1. I know, especially week 1, they're going to be taking on a defense that's pretty thin for the Eagles. And the Eagles, one thing to mention with them is they have one of the best running backs in the league with Ramsey Huxley. So air versus ground in that game, and I'm excited for that one in week 1.
Yeah, and the Eagles, of course, gold uniforms, just so beautiful. Can't wait to see those ones. But let's get back to our game here today, the Jays and the Comets. And see who's going to come away with the victory here in the 4th quarter in a pretty close matchup.
I think if you're the Comets,
4th down and 7.
Comets right now, you're kind of just lucky that you're still up by 4. Offense really slowed down the 3rd quarter, and you need to be the one to strike first, because I think the Jays are going to score again before this game is over, and 14 points is not going to be enough to win it.
I completely agree, especially the Jays. I mean, if they can get a good drive going, like, look out. They are going to get some points going here in this game.
Yeah, they are. Comets, they honestly, outside of that first half, and outside of that Benji Bailey run, they've had 2 electric plays. Besides that, they've been pretty stuck in the mud for the majority of this game. They need to find something going.
Yeah, they've been pretty stagnant other than the big touchdown run and the big pass to Clinton Royal, the tight end. And here's Caldwell. He's going to hit Bailey out of the backfield, and he will pick up 7 yards. Interesting spot. It looked like he got about 5 or 6, but 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3 coming up for the Comets.
Nice play. I like that. Led him up the field. Let him catch it in stride, and he gets quick 7 yards. Bailey's good out of the backfield when you give him a pass leading him up the field.
Yep, 2nd down and 3, and they're going to hand it off. Benji Bailey, and he finally gets going here, picks up the 1st down. I'd like to see a little bit more of him. Like we mentioned before, just that one really big run. Other than that, he's been kind of stopped.
Yeah, and you saw that. You may not have missed it, but Al Gibson came down trying to lay lumber on Benji Bailey. Benji Bailey found that hole and left Gibson all alone in the hole, the wrong hole, and gave Benji a couple yards. That's his vision, and his vision is really one of the best in the league.
Completely agree. Here's Bailey again, but the blocking breaks down and only gets maybe a yard on the carry up to the Comets' 41-yard line. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Good defense there from the Jays. Jays defense, they really need to help out their offense because their offenses have been streaky all night.
Yeah, and they're going to go with a toss play here. The toss has been kind of hit or miss today, mostly miss, and Bailey's going to lose 2 yards on that one. 3rd and 11. Big play for the Jays defense. They need to stop they need to get the ball back in the hands of Ian Harlan.
Caldwell hasn't really been too consistent on third downs. It's a little bit scary putting the ball in his hands. He hasn't always made the best decisions, but it all comes down to him here on 3rd and 11.
Yep, 4 receiver set, 1 tight end for Caldwell, 3rd and 11. And Caldwell with a pump fake. He's going to go short. They're not going to get the first down here. Only a pickup of 3 as the tight end, Clinton Royal, makes another reception, but a big-time stop for the Jays defense.
On one hand, I appreciate that he was safe with the football and didn't do something stupid. But on the other hand, it's 3rd and 11. And you throw a 3-yard dump to the tight end. Come on. At least give it to someone in space. Not what you needed there, and Jays get the ball back.
Yeah, you got to try to get it to your playmakers. Let them try to get something going, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Jays get the ball at their own 24-yard line. Need a touchdown to take the lead. Field goal really doesn't do a whole lot for you, but you do have over 8 minutes left in the ball game, so just get any kind of points on the board at this point.
Yeah, the Jays need to find that heat streak again. I mean, 4 minutes, down 4 with 8 minutes left in the game. It's starting to get to the point where you're getting a little concerned as a coach.
Yep, Harlan looking to throw it, man, wide open out of the backfield. Zayden Van, and he'll pick up 6 yards. That was the first time we've seen him catch a pass out of the backfield in quite some time, and that was a good one. Oh, it was actually the fullback. That was, who was that?
Emery Schofield.
Emery Schofield, number 30.
Yeah, he maybe get him the ball and the handoffs, because, I mean, he looked like he had a little bit of a spring in his step, fast for a fullback there, and a good play there, get 6 on first down. Now you have the whole playbook open on 2nd down, and you can go anywhere.
Yep, I formation. Comets stacking the box on defense. See if they'll try to run the football here. They will. They go ISO. Zayden Van somehow gets a yard out of it. I think you take that as if you're the coach. Now you only need 3 yards on 3rd down. Still, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can run it past it. I wouldn't trust it to Zayden Van. He's been really non-existent for most of this game. I'd put it in the hands of my quarterback, Ian Harlan, right here. Let him throw a little out route to Sam's or something.
And they are going to throw it. They're going to go back to the fullback, Emery Schofield, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. A gang tackle from the Comet defense.
What a good defensive stand there from the Comets. Snuffed that out, didn't let him get anywhere, played good disciplined football, and much needed stop. This defense for the Comets has kept them in it when the offense has faltered.
Yep, and again, we're going to see Terry Saunders punt the football away again. I don't know if this is his 7th or 8th punt of the ball game, but the Comets, they get the ball to start this next drive at their 36-yard line.
To answer a comment or a question I see in the chat, Castleford, so how the league works is there are no stars. Obviously, the game forces us to have 11 guys designated a star player, but the stats themselves, the speed rating, strength, agility, pass strength, all those, every single stat has been randomized for all these players. So just because a guy is a starter doesn't mean he's any faster than scrub on kick return or whatever. The only thing that's separating these guys is maybe one guy's better at catching or whatever. So there's a lot more in depth than a generic normal APF where a silver is better than a bronze straight out. It's not as simple here in the HCU. Every player is unique, just like real football, quote unquote, real football. And that's what makes this league so in-depth and interesting as you see these guys move on, because someone gets injured, the backup could just be as good or better, but we just don't know it because we haven't seen enough of him yet.
Yeah, and once we get to the college level as well, you're going to see a big difference. It's a different atmosphere. The play styles, the players, they just all feel different. And of course, once we get to the pro level as well, that'll feel different. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope all you guys can stick around and just have a great time with us here. 2nd down and 2 for the Comets. There was a offsides and then a 3-yard run. And Caldwell, all day to throw it wide open over the middle. I believe that was Lewis Simmons on the reception. Or no, that was 82, Dan Jackson, moving the chains for the Comets up to the 48-yard line.
Good play there. Nice blocking from the offensive line. Gave Caldwell plenty of time. I mean, he had all day to throw. He could have popped up a lawn chair and drank an Arnold Palmer while he was looking for his receiver. And when you have that much time, you're going to find a guy.
Yep, and he's looking to throw it again here. Out route, wide open, and getting upfield, moving the chains once again for the Comets. The passing attack starting to get it going just a little bit. That was Lewis Simmons, number 80, on the catch.
That's really the first time we've seen Falconer really misplay something in this game. He tried to jump it, and Simmons was up the sideline. Falconer maybe wanted to play a little bit toward the sideline a little bit more. I mean, you're not too afraid of Sam's burning you deep. I think you can play that zone a little bit more aggressively, but good route from him. Good play by the Comets.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he got the sun in his eyeballs there. But not a good play from him. Caldwell looking to throw it again. All day to throw. Goes over the middle. A nice catch, picking up 8 yards. And the Comets are cruising on this drive. That was Lewis Simmons yet again on the reception, pickup of 8.
And this is a huge drive for the Jays defense. They need to get the stop. You got to force them to a field goal here because, a touchdown for the Comets, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 2-score game with under 5 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, and they're going to go toss play here. Benji Bailey, stuff in the backfield, escapes and gets the first down up to the 17-yard line. There's that vision you were talking about before, and he made that play work again.
What a play from Benji Bailey. Thought Falconer was going to get him, jumps over him, slips through a couple more tiny holes, and Benji Bailey, he's been carrying this team on his back with his runs and his vision.
Yep, one of his better runs today. We just had that big touchdown run, and most of his other runs have been, 3 or 4 yards, nothing too crazy, but that was a good one there. And let's see if they keep feeding him. They're in the I formation. One receiver to the top of the screen. And Caldwell will hand it off. This time he is crushed in the backfield. That was number 55 on the tackle, Dennis Kennard. We've called his name a few times here tonight in the run defense.
Dennis Kennard just absolutely destroyed Bailey in the backfield there. Nowhere for Bailey to go. His vision didn't help him there.
Now, it doesn't help when your offensive line just lets the whole D-line right through. And I formation again. They're going to go toss play, and this time the toss play does not work. That's a huge loss of 5 yards. Number 92 on the stop. That is Mario Pearson, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, Mario Pearson there. Great play. It looked the guard was pulling and just couldn't get far enough out to block him. And that's a costly play. It puts him in 3rd and long now. You have to debate whether you want to just run the ball and trust your kicker and trust your defense, or you're going to try to have Caldwell try to pick up this first down.
I would probably try to attack the cornerback again here. Maybe go to Lewis Simmons on a nice slant route. Caldwell under center, 3rd and 16. And they're just going to keep it on the ground, play it safe. And Benji Bailey picks up 5 yards, so we're most likely going to see the field goal unit come onto the field here.
That right there kind of shows you how much this team trusts their quarterback in Caldwell, and it's really not that much. Didn't want to risk it there. Just felt going up by 7. A full touchdown is a better idea. Adam Lamar is the kicker here.
Yep, 35-yard try for Lamar. Nearing the 2-minute mark in the ball game, so see if Ian Harlan has any magic in that arm of his. Lamar's kick is up, and it is good. Comets, they extend their lead 17-10 very late in this ball game.
It's a really big stop for the Jays. Obviously, you wanted to come away from that drive without letting up any points, but only be down a score now. 1 score down. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go, 3 timeouts. This is plenty of time for the Jays and Ian Harlan to make something happen. And this is lining up for a very exciting finish.
Yeah, we could see an overtime game here in game number 1 of the high school football season. And here is a decent return by Brian Walters, number 86, up to the 27-yard line. Ian Harlan, he's got weapons. They've been getting open for him today. Nigel Sams having a big game. Trev Bridges, he's had quite a few big plays. Let's see if he targets those guys on this upcoming drive.
Yeah, he has to find that rhythm again. Find that downfield attack. Only one safety deep, so maybe able to attack with Trev Bridges once again.
Yep, Trev Bridges has his hand in the dirt at the bottom. And Harlan is almost picked off. Who was that? Number 26, David Russell, the starting free safety on the coverage. He wanted Sams. That was his 9th target to Sams today.
Looked like Sam's got a little hung up on Bridges. They kind of bumped into each other, so it's not what you want. You don't want your own teammate playing defense on you.
Yeah, kind of some awkward routes there. You don't really want them to be that close to one another. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from their own 27-yard line. 3 receivers for Harlan, 1 halfback. I'm pretty sure that's the same formation. And Harlan goes out route, and I believe that is, who is that? Number 83, that's Sams again, picking up 4 yards. 3rd down and 6, big play coming up with 2:06 left in the ballgame.
And for those of you wondering, that was Ryan McBurrows who got laid out on the sideline. So Sams was going after the backup free safety there for the Comets on the sideline.
He shouldn't have been there, Feels bad. 3rd down and 6, Harlan under center. 3 receivers yet again. Dropping back to throw it. Pressured quickly, but his man is wide open. That's Nigel Sams again up to the 42-yard line, and we hit the 2-minute warning.
Great play from Harlan to step up, find his man. I mean, all types of pressure. There's at least 2-3 guys in the backfield there. I know Hillman was back there, and that puts him over. That puts him right at 240 yards-wise in this game. And great play and big conversion.
Yep, and he needs 58 more yards passing right here to get his team in the end zone. We'll see if he can do it. 1st down and 10. Harlan stepping up, and he is going to be dropped for a loss of 4 on the sack. And I believe, if I saw that correctly, it was Chris Hillman yet again, number 70. 2nd and 14. Harlan, and that is caught. Huge pickup. That was a 10-yard reception, and I believe that's Trev Bridges. And this no-huddle attack of the Jays just keeps on going. 2-step drop for Harlan. Has his man, Nigel Sams, moves the chains. My goodness. Fantastic drive right here from Ian Harlan. This no-huddle is gassing this defense. Harlan looking to throw it again. And out of the backfield, that play didn't work. I'd call a timeout here.
I mean, you have that defensive line tired, so I guess that's one advantage of this hurry-up. They can't get to you if they're too tired to walk.
Yep, and Harlan completes another pass, makes it 3rd down and 4. I think that was Sams again. He's all over the field right now. Less than a minute to go. They're still going no huddle. Harlan pressured, rolls out, and he finds his man, moving the chains again. What a drive from Harlan, as they still continue to go no huddle. At the 35-yard line, Harlan dropping back and throws it again mid-range there, picks up 5 yards. That's Walters. They finally call a timeout, and I can rest my voice for a minute.
This defensive line for the Comets must be gassed. I mean, you saw early on they were getting so much pressure. In those last couple of plays, they were barely getting off the line. It's going to be interesting how which team recovers quicker in the break and which team that benefited in the end.
Well, Harlan just having a fantastic drive. He's going to come out here on 2nd and 5 with 3 receivers. He hot routes there, 2-step drop, and completes another pass. 1st down, they call another timeout. They are at the Comets' 25-yard line. Nigel Sams, I don't know how many catches he has right now. It seems like 100.
Yeah, he's been all over the place on this drive, and that's what they needed. He needed him to step up, and he stepped up in a big way. I mean, you got 25 yards to go, 1 timeout, though. You got to be careful. You got to be careful with the football. You got to make smart decisions. You can't take sacks.
Absolutely. 1st and 10, 28 seconds to go. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, and Trev Bridges over the middle, and Harlan breaks 1 sack attempt, but the second one brings him down. And I think that was 91 Travis Cook on the sack. They got to keep going, no huddle here. They're running out of time, 15 seconds. Ian Harlan goes out route, and that is caught for a pickup of 4, and they stop the clock. What do you do here? 11 seconds to go from the 27 on 3rd and 13.
You got to take a shot. Take a shot to Bridges. Take a shot to Shams. I know it's hard and scary with the defensive line. I mean, you look at 2 plays ago, Steve Walker absolutely just threw the guard. So I know it's scary with this defensive line, but you got to test it. You only have 1 timeout in 11 seconds. You got 27 yards to go. You got to make a big play here.
See what Harlan can do on 3rd and 13. You don't need the first down here as well. Harlan looking to throw. Oh, no, they're going to go out of the backfield to Zayden Van. He's only going to pick up 2 yards, and this is for the game here. It's 4th and 11. You got 5 seconds left. I mean, do you take a shot to the end zone, or do you try to get a quick play to get the first down?
I think in this case, with 5 seconds, I think you just take a shot to the end zone. I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, it looks like the Hail Mary formation coming out on the field. Let's see what Harlan can do. Final play of the ball game. Harlan is going to get pressured and drop for the sack. And the Comets are going to walk away with the victory here over the Northeast Jays. What a final drive from Harlan, though. Trying to get his team in the end zone, trying to tie it up. But the defense of the Comets just gets in there. That was number 27, Ignacio Manning, the backup free safety on the sack. What a game.
What a fitting and symbolic way for this to end after all this all the sacks that happened in this game, and then to have the sack end the game. Harlan was under pressure all game long, and it came down to the pressure and the offensive line just not being able to hold up.
What a fantastic way to start our Hammer Cline universe here at the high school level. I mean, look at the Jays offense. They outperformed the Comets, but
yeah, they did. I mean, 2 great games from both these teams, honestly. Look at those sacks, though. 1.5 for Hillman, 1.5 for Soto. Ian Harlan was under pressure all day long, and it really cost him. Now you look back at some of those plays, you think of the dropped interceptions from Falconer, from others on the defense that could have shifted the tide. It really, it came down to defense in this game, and the Comets' defense was the stronger defense. Yeah, it was just didn't have enough firepower to win this game. Benji Bailey with the player of the game, well deserved. Obviously, he was the lifeblood of the offense. I could have seen it. I would have just given it to the entire defensive line. This defensive line won the game for the Comets, and it was a great effort by them. It was a great way to start their season. Don't go away. Go ahead. We went through the entire game without messing up this once, and now we messed it up at the very end. Don't go away. We have more content coming up soon. Who do we have next again? It's Pirates and somebody else. You were muted that entire time. What he said was that we're having another game coming up right after this one. If you're not in the Discord community, join it in the link below. And there's the link will be there coming up right after this. We'll start a new stream, and we will see you in the next one.